All right, so just wanted to do a quick update video on the garage coral system. It's been a while since I last did a video here, so I wanted to just do a quick run through as far as how everything is doing. So far, everything is doing pretty good. Got a lot of new coral in here now, and a lot of new growth as well on some of the older pieces. Got a few new fish in here, but for the most part, we got kind of everything has just been staying the same, aside from that. And so actually I got a filter here. I'll do a little top-down view, and then as well as show everything. So we got a massive green slimer colony is just taking over. That thing has grown a lot since I first got it, so much so we have chunks of it throughout the tank elsewhere. Let's see here, this is the TGC orange creamsicle, and then some red planet right behind it, and then some kind of random digi that's just taken over. Setosa, purple slimer right there. That's actually a really cool coral I've had for a really long time, and had a huge colony that died on me, and that was a piece that I gave to my buddy. And so yeah, that's about it really. Let's see here, try to do some top-down shots. I got this new scuba lens, so you should be able to see some of the corals. Here we go. So still have a pretty considerable amount of bubble algae. That's my newest challenge. I know it was previously hair algae, and now it's bubble algae. So bubble algae isn't too bad. I just have to spend the time to kind of pick everything away. I get a like a dental pick, and I just come in here and just pick it all out. And so that is the Podo Kofifi, and then that piece down there, that is the ACI Gallo Loco. That was the name on it. And then a bunch of others, I kind of forget the name of a lot of them, but that's the Vin right there. There's some classic green Monty. We got some ice fire right there. There's actually a few pieces of the ice fire. This is the Garf Bonsai. Some random Millie, more random Millies. We got more random corals. That's the red Ferrari. This is the I'm blanking on the name. Pink tip paletta. That's what it was. And then this is this piece right here. So that's the purple monster, but the Solomon Islands purple monster that was imported in 2024. I got that from Vivid. And then this, although the color isn't really showing too well, just put this in here. But this is, believe it or not, it's a Tyree purple monster, which is pretty crazy. And I was very fortunate that I was able to get that coral. And so really just want to keep an eye on it, and hope that I'm able to grow it out and share it. We got the Bill Murray right there as well. It's a classic. We got Organ Tort as well. I forgot the name on this one. And there's some more. It's an ice fire as well. It's a little bit browner. These were recently added, as you can see. So we'll see how they do. But yeah, that's about it in the 5-foot system here in the garage. I'm going to take this off. I did get a flow upgrade. So I got these Flow Masters. They are from a company called Reflabs, and they are pretty cool. You know, they're cheap. They're $200. You know, comparative to Sea Swirl or Norca. And you know, you're able to adjust the speed on them to go, you know, slower or faster, and programming was pretty simple. And then for the pumps on there, I just did a Seche. These are the Voyager 8s on there right now, and so I got it on just a slow circulation. You can just barely see them spinning, and I think that is a lot bigger improvement. Originally I had 5 MP10s on this glass wall here, and so as you can imagine, that was just ridiculous and annoying and not strong enough. And so this is gonna help add a little bit more randomness. I still got a lot of gyres on the back wall there, and so it's just really hard with Peninsula tanks to get flow right and making it look good. Jumping over to the Frag system, we now have halides on these tanks here, and so I'm just running the radium 20Ks in this system, and corals are doing well. Let's see here. I'll get the scuba lens back on. This thing's pretty cool, actually. The scuba lens. It's got a orange filter in it, so you're able to just kind of put your phone in and get all the shots. My Heart Cyphastria, I had it kind of in the middle, and it ended up taking a pretty big hit on the flow, unfortunately. I had the pump just blasting right at it, and so it was pretty late when I realized it, and so a lot of it has kind of died in the middle. So I'm just hoping that comes back. We got tons of gold and green hammers over here. I'm just always taking off. And then, yeah, those are all the other Cyphastrias. A Monty. Let's see here. Some more corals, some Slimer. More corals in there. Let me actually turn off the flow in here. It's kind of splashing all over the place. Let's see here. I'm gonna turn off the flow. There we go. All right. Now we should be able to see a lot better without water splashing on my phone here. But yeah, these are just some of the corals we got in here. Nothing too crazy. A lot of it is just stuff that I cut from the colonies in the display tanks here. And then some of these are also, I guess, just pieces that I've gotten from CFMs. That was one I recently got. That's the pink Cadillac right there. This one as well. This is I'm blanking on the name. Orange Passion. That's what it was. Yeah. So these pieces are doing pretty good. There's a pretty insane amount of flow in here, and very bright lights. So they are seeming to like it for the most part. I got quite a lot of these green Monties over here. Got these from my buddy, and we're just trying to figure out what to do with them. Slowly selling them, cutting them, and yeah, that's about it. Let's see here. This piece is pretty cool. I just got this the other day. It's just some mariculture piece from Indo, but the coloration on it is pretty nice. So see how that goes. There's some acans that I did just recently cut up. Actually, we got some kind of chalice, some pectinia that I cut up, and it's slowly healing. Doesn't really seem to be doing too hot though. this Pectinia is doing really well. This is the Space Invader Pectinia. I've had this for, I don't know, maybe 2 years now. It's getting pretty huge. We got this clam here, which is pretty cool. That's my wife's. She loves that thing. She picked that out when we were at Vivid Aquariums. We were down in LA, so it was pretty cool. This is a flaming Bugatti chalice, just letting it grow out on that plate there. And then we got the Space Invader chalice as well, I believe that is. And yeah, a few other pieces in here. And then we got this wall here. I kind of just used to, let's see here, I'll just take a step back. This wall over here, I kind of just throw a lot of the corals that I don't really know what to do with, or kind of just excess cuts and trimmings, and throw them here, and they kind of just bounce back. And so I did move the mangrove trees over here as well, and so wanted to get them out of the sump. So they've been doing all right. I just recently trimmed them back a lot, actually. I did a huge trim because these lights used to be sitting up higher, so took out a lot of that from there. But I guess here, I'll show you how the sump is doing. This is where the mangroves used to be. Right now there's nothing in there, just a bunch of miracle mud, and so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this chamber yet, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. And then we still got tons of that red macroalgae spinning here in the refugium. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like just cut that up, bring it to the local fish store, get some credit, and yeah, skimmer. Cryptic's actually been doing pretty well as well over here. Here, I'll show you. You can see there's quite a bit of sponge growth that's been taken off, and so that's always nice to see. That was the goal of this tank, right? And so again, I don't know what that orange species is, but yeah, quite a lot of sponges growing in here. So it's doing its job. This tank doesn't really get any attention at all, so just does its thing. Lights are normally off, so yeah. Let's see. I did finally tie in the 10-foot system, and it's been running for quite some time now. You can see the 2 drains right there. So on the other side of the wall, there is my display tank for the living room. And so here, I'll go show you that. Let's see here. See, walk over here. This is the tubing for it. So we got the drains, and then the 2 returns, and then they go over there into the wall. Here, I'll show you. It's gonna be just right here. So this is the 10-footer. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Normally the lights are off, so a lot of the corals are kind of closed up right now. Some of the fishes are starting to come out though. There's not a whole lot of coral in here. It's kind of just mainly LPS and softies for the most part. And so slowly just starting to fill it in here. I gotta upgrade the lights on this system as well. Right now I'm just running some T5 fixtures, and so I want to get something a little bit stronger before I go ahead and start dumping a whole bunch of sticks in here, as well as probably add more flow. I only have 4 of the I forgot the model, the max spec, the big ones, and so that's it seems like a lot, but it's really not for something this wide, and so or long. But yeah, it's doing pretty good. I recently just made these cabinet boards here, just with some walnut that I had And so came out pretty nice there with the handles, and there's really just my son keeps all his toys down there, and so it's because there's no sump. Yeah, let's see here. I'll do a long shot here. You got this huge flamingo. He loves the extra space, and then Sohal, that was in the 5-foot system. Finally moved him over here. He's just getting a little big and getting pretty aggressive, so I think he probably appreciates the extra space as well. And so Clarity's been holding up pretty well. I was a little worried with something this long and having to deal with making sure the water is super clear at all times, especially because this is you walk into this room, you kind of you look right at this tank, and so I was worried about that, but it seems to be not too much of an issue, at least to the point where I don't really have to consider running ozone or a copious amount of carbon or anything like that. And so yeah, that's about it though. This tank is not super exciting, but I think it has a lot of potential, and definitely over the next few months here, I hope to really start to focus more on this tank and fill it in and make it look nice. And so anyways, that's it. That's the update. Okay, bye.